So it came out today that a top BBC presenter has been taken off the air after being accused of paying a teenager more than £35,000 for explicit photos. According to The Sun, the family of the teenager had complained to the BBC on the 19th of May and begged the broadcaster service to make the presenter stop sending the cash. The mother of the alleged victim said the money was used to fund a cocaine addiction which has destroyed her child's life. And then a spokesperson for the BBC has confirmed they're taking any allegations very seriously and we have processes in place to proactively deal with them. Well, I am a little bit puzzled by that while they're saying it, that type of statement. I understand that's maybe the kind of like professional, politically correct way of doing it, but then my question would be, well, as ever since this complaint was made, almost 7 weeks ago now, has there been a proper investigation? Have they been investigating this? But I mean, this stuff about who it is, who is this presenter? There's been a lot of stuff going about on social media about this. A lot of people speculating. And so, some people were saying, certain people threw Ryland's name out there. Then they started throwing Gary Lineker's name out there. Jeremy Vine was another one. I saw his name getting thrown out there quite a bit. But they've all come out. Ryland, Gary Lineker, Jeremy Vine, and also I think even Nicky Campbell vehemently denied that it's not them. They're not the one. But I mean, first off, when you hear this number about £35,000 for photos, that's a lot of money. So this, and they have said that this is a top high, this will be a top high presenter who pretty much everybody will know. But still, £35,000 is a lot of money. That's not, to pay for anything. You know what I mean? Never, but for paying for photographs. So that this obviously wouldn't be some type of kind of maybe let's say 80, 90 grand a year working stiff presenter, because they would never have that disposable money, 35 grand. But so this looks like it's going to be somebody that is well known. There's a tweet here. A Professor Jonathan Shalit has said, all the names being speculated are not the culprit. When the name is revealed, all will be surprised. There are valid reasons why not revealed yet. It's not an entertainment or sports presenter, and that's the thing. So you could narrow it down. You could narrow it down to, well, is it like a news presenter? Is it maybe one of the people that do the documentaries? You could break it down like that. I have seen some stuff online. Some people are suggesting that's a certain news presenter with a very distinctive accent. And also there's stuff there that there's a few different things that I've seen on Twitter about people saying that this person went out of his way to DM them. A few cases of people saying they got a DM from this individual. So, you just have to wait and see. But some people, from what I'm seeing, some people, a lot of people there were quite a few people out there were saying that they thought it might be Jeremy Vine, but I think from other people online, people who are like really in the know and they've got very reliable sources, they've stated that no, it's not, it isn't Jeremy Vine from what they've heard. But yeah, this story though, and it is interesting. We just hear about this now. I don't know if that's anything to do with now. That this, I guess, they've actually done an investigation for this. It's funny about these kind of questionable, sketchy, bullshit investigations that, like, you had the other channel, ITV, about that whole thing about Schofield and his young lover. That whole thing. Was there not investigation that something was going on, and it was probably bullshit. They probably just. My guess is they probably turned a blind eye to it. But with the BBC though, they have took action. They have pulled this presenter off the air, so now some people might speculate that they might look and see, oh well, so and so is he not presenting tonight or what? So some people will start talking, but But then it can always be that thing with TV shows and presenting TV radio. There always someone else will come in, and someone might be off doing something else, or they're just off on holiday or whatever, or off ill. But the spec. I mean, there's going to be a lot of speculation though. But I guess sooner rather than later, we'll find out who it might be. But there was a certain news presenter, as I said, very distinctive accent. I see his name being thrown out. I would, take a look, take a look on Twitter. Twitter is probably your friend on this one. See what you can find. I'm reading something here that BBC's culture editor Katie Razal said that many questions remain unanswered, including how the corporation has investigated the family's complaint and if it was appropriate for the presenter, who has not been named, to stay on air after a serious allegation was made. Yeah, so it looks like that presenter went from the time, the complaint was made, 19th of May, up until recent time that they were on TV, they were presenting. So then that would tell that would kind of that's what makes me ask the question. Well, did they right away act? Did they start an investigation? Did they start actually asking proper questions? I don't know. My guess is I don't. I mean, we just have to be honest in these cases. A lot of times it can just be if someone's so high up, if someone's so got that reputation for years of being a top figure, presenter, what have you. A lot of times people will just be more worried about protecting this person, their reputation. That's how it can be, which is very. I mean, that's very. It's sad, isn't it? But I mean, okay, it's 17. That's the thing. They say teenager, but to be clear, it's 17, so it's legal age. Still doesn't make it right though. This money that's led to someone having a crack cocaine habit, which they've said, quote, has ruined their life. They've gone from a happy-go-lucky youngster to a ghost-like crack addict. So I just wonder, when it comes to this person that's been doing this with the money, do they realize how badly they've kind of fucked up this person, or they know and they don't care and they get off on it? So I don't know. It'll be real weird, interesting to see when we find out, and I imagine, I guess soon we'll find out who it is. But it's not good though. I mean, given that type of money, and again, we don't know for sure, was that money. I mean, I don't know if that was all in one for a payment, or maybe it was sometimes it was $5,000, $2,000, whatever. But even to get that kind of money thrown at you, $5,000. Let's say even $3 to $5,000 when you're 17, you're that age. That money is $100,000 when you're that age, and you could go a little crazy and go off the rails and fuck up your life. But people, a lot of people were throwing out Ryland's name. Ryland said it's not him, and they made it clear that Gary Lineker, even though he's a virtue signaling twat, he said it's definitely. See, he's saying that, hate to disappoint the haters, it's not him. And then also Nicky Campbell has said something as well. I think he reported an anonymous Twitter account to the police over the post. But these things, yeah, it's not a good look for the BBC. I mean, the BBC has got so many things. I mean, their checkered past when it comes to Jimmy Savile and all the covering up that went on there. Other people they covered up for there's other TV presenters, radio presenters even. And you're always, I get it, no organization's perfect, and there's bad apples everywhere, but this stuff doesn't look good, and you would like to think in the end, if the person gets exposed, and they get exposed, they're probably, is their career over, more than likely, or they'll be, I guess, quote-unquote cancelled for a very long time, I imagine, but I guess we'll have to just wait, find out, and see what happens. But yeah, those are my thoughts on that, guys. So, but as I say, though, I would if you do a simple search on, just search BBC presenter on Twitter, you'll probably find out a few things on there, and probably the name of the individual being accused. It will surprise you. But those are